Good morning, St. Petersburg. We are at the Grand Hotel in St. Petersburg on 9th of August 2019. That's my Miru's birthday.
As remembered, in November of 1917, communists came to power in our country, and in January of 1924, Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov, more famous as Vladimir Lenin, he passed away. And also he passed away in Moscow, and he actually did not have so many ties with this place, but it was decided, because if you would come here approximately, let's say, 35 years ago, and I would be your tour guide 35 years ago, oh, it would be maybe possible, because I would be approximately about 6 months old 35 years ago. I would tell you, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the cradle of 3 Russian revolutions. Because in times of Soviet Union, the official nickname of the city was the cradle of 3 Russian revolutions. 1905 and 2 revolutions in 1917, February and November. So the Democratic Revolution and the Communist Revolution. So, and in 1924, they changed name of the city into Leningrad, and it was Leningrad until the early April 19. Is quite a big effort. Mainly, you say Delhi, or you say Dubai, or you say London. Where is it? But St. Petersburg. Oh, it's a quite long name. That's why in our country only officially we're called St. Petersburg. So like on the paper, on the TV, in the official things. But nobody ever in Russia will say, I'm gonna have my vacation in St. Petersburg. No, no, no. People will say Peter, because Peter is the nickname for St. Petersburg. That's how people usually call it in our country. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so another beautiful wide avenue, another beautiful wide prospect of our city, Suvorovsky Prospect. In Russian in Russian language, all these endings like insky, onsky, ansky, unsky, yensky, it means apostrophe s. Like for example, if we would say so Dmitry, then we say Dmitrievsky, that it means Dmitris. So Suvorovsky means a prospect of Suvorov, and who was Suvorov? Alexander Suvorov, the outstanding Russian commander-in-chief. If he would be professional boxer, then apparently we would present him this in the following way. The Prince of Italy, the Field Marshal of Russian Federation, 27 victories, not a single battle lost. Because Suvorov never lost a single battle in his professional career as the military. So here we speak about the middle of the 18th century and until the beginning of 19th century. So ladies and gentlemen, that beautiful building, that is the place where we are going to. Smolny Cathedral. But also official name of the church is the Church of the Christ Resurrection, and as you can hear, name is funny, Smolny, but actually saying it doesn't have any relation to somebody's knee who is small, no. It is because of the Russian word smola. Smola means star, means raisin, because originally that was a place where in the beginning of 18th century they would cover the boats and rafts and frigates with a tar and raisin to make them waterproof. That's why they are, well, let's say, raisining place, starting place. And later on, Empress Elizabeth, she wanted to build here this beautiful convent, because right now I'll tell you more about Empress Elizabeth, but right now we're coming to a little square with beautiful name, the Square of Dictatorship of the officer from KGB, from our city, from Leningrad. That's why in his times he would travel quite often to this area to listen to the music or to do some meetings with his colleagues. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, another grayish building. So nowadays it is the building of the Joint Stock Bank Russia. That's the sign over there. So by the way, how you are professional with reading Cyrillic alphabet? Can you read Cyrillic alphabet or not so much? No, okay. It's actually quite easy, because you only have to remember that in Cyrillic alphabet, P is R. P is R. Then H is N. Upside down N is I. Reverse R, like it was there, reverse R is Ya, then C is S, so mainly that red sign over there on top of the building in red, it reads as Russia, Russia, that's the name of our country. Yes, and the upside down 9 is B, A is A, K is K, O is O, T is T, then what's, and M is N, you remember N is, so H is N, then so it goes like this. That's why it's not really very easy to catch it up in the first couple of moments, but as you're gonna stay here for a couple of days, it will be very easy to learn. So because
it's a beautiful church in St. Petersburg. You want to change the currency?
Redmond has it. Good.
Anywhere near our hotel?
Between the, let's say, Russian Orthodoxy and, let's say, Roman Catholicism. In Russia, we don't recognize the authority of Vatican. So we don't recognize the authority of Pope of Rome, because in Russia we have our own head of the church called the Patriarch of Russia. As you have seen inside, the major physical difference is that in Russian churches everybody's standing. So there are only special places in the corner for all of the building for the people who are pregnant, for the people who are senior, and for the people who are disabled. But otherwise you are standing, standing, and standing. Usually on the daytime ceremony is approximately 1 hour 15 hour long, and on the Sunday ceremony will be approximately for 4 hours. And all this time you are standing, standing, standing. That's why actually being Russian Orthodox is not such an easy idea. Because also when you are true Russian Orthodox, you have to keep every Wednesday and Friday fasting. So mainly no dairy products, no fish, no meat, no coffee, no tea, no smoking, no sweets, but only vegetables, some cereals like rice and potato. You can do it, of course, tomatoes, apple, but yes, you're fasting. It means that almost, let's say, most of the year you are fasting. Also, we have this, the famous Great Lent in the spring before the Easter. So I mean, it's not really very simple adventure. Who will be the second? The decoration of the hero town of Leningrad's golden star on top of it. So the square is known as the square of the uprising. So your hotel is a building to our right hand side. And at the corner of that building to the right hand side there is a famous chain of the bakeries called Bakery, I think number 6 or number 8. That is a place where starting from 8:30 in the morning you can get everything fresh. All the fresh bread, all the fresh buns, all the fresh baked stuff over there. Then of course building of Moscow train station. Galleria shopping mall. And the place where we're going for money exchange, it will be opposite Galleria and nearby the area called Crown Plaza Hotel. Because right now the bus is going to be stopped by the Crown Plaza Hotel, and when we finish over there, I think we'll pick your family. Actually, sounds to be quite a complicated name, but Beloselsky means White Village, Belozersky means White Lake. The funny thing about them, although we call this palace after them, Beloselsky, Belozersky, but it was never their home, because the building... Gentlemen, we are crossing Fontanka River. So this is called Fontanka because in Russian language the fountain is Fontan, so the river of the fountain. In the evening the merchant yard is all open for you. It is big. because not only it is having this front side, but also left-hand side, right-hand side. The back part of this building occupies almost the area of 2 blocks in the city. That's why it is really very big and very powerful thing. What is the tower ahead of us, slightly to the left-hand side of us? That used to be the tower of local civil government, because in Russia before 1917 we had for any major town 2 governments, civil government and military. That used to be the office of a civil government. Right now that is the local department of the State Bank of Russia. Then, ladies and gentlemen, to our right-hand side can see this huge hotel building, Grand Hotel Europe, the oldest functioning hotel in Russia. So from 1848 until nowadays, Grand Hotel Europe is over here. Then a praying place for the people who are Roman Catholics to our right-hand side. That is this beautiful building of the Church of St. Catherine. This church is being here from the year 1841. Nowadays we don't have so many of the Roman Catholics in the city. I think we have approximately about maximum 75,000 people in St. Petersburg who are Roman Catholics, and right now it's quite a funny place. Let's take a look first right-hand side. In the distance you're gonna see the Church of Christ the Savior built on spilled blood, the spilled blood church, and then moving left-hand side, the Kazan Church, Kazan Cathedral. So Kazan Church is the biggest church in the city, which is not a museum, but that is the biggest church for the Russian Orthodox people of St. Petersburg. What is the name Kazan? Kazan nowadays is the 3rd biggest town of European Russia. And Kazan is the capital of, ever heard about the beef stroganoff? That is a famous Russian dish. So Alexander Stroganov, who happened to be the most wealthy man in history of Europe. So he was the owner of this beautiful palace. And right now we're crossing Moika River. So historically Moika River used to be the major borderline between the downtown and the outskirts in the era of Empress Elizabeth and Peter the Great. And building to our left-hand side, ladies and gentlemen, if you have approximately 200 Isaac of Dalmatia. So officially the most expensive building ever built in our country. In nowadays money, approximately $3 billion that would have been the building budget. Also officially the heaviest single standing building in our country, approximately 500,000 tons it is. The height of the building is 102 meters. The building can accommodate up to almost, let's say, 11,000 people altogether. Building. Astoria Hotel is a brown building. Angleterre Hotel is an orange building, which will be actually one of the most also historical hotels in our city. On the right-hand side, it will be the official flag of St. Petersburg. 2 anchors crossed, 1 anchor for the sea, another anchor for the river, and a red background, and with the royal scepter in the middle. That will be the official banner of our city since the era of Peter the Great. What is that building beyond the flags? That is called Mariinsky. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexander, our captain, will try to figure out what will be the best way to be parked over here.
जो ऊपर लोको फायर है जो
Да. Окей.
But nowadays, usually he's coming to you in December, and usually he's saying Merry Christmas, ho ho ho, yes. In Russia we don't call him Santa Claus, but we call him Saint Nicholas Miracle Maker, which is actually one and the same thing indeed. Saint Nicholas Miracle Maker, he was actually a physically existing person, so he was the Roman guy. He lived in nowadays Istanbul side as well. Behind that trees, that red brick building with a black roof. Actually, don't be confused by the darkness of it, because behind island in St. Petersburg. So that's called. So to our right hand side right now we are passing by the building of Winter Palace. So Winter Palace is big. Winter Palace.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are only cruising for half an hour. So be sure that we're
Уважаемые гости, вас приветствует судоходная компания «Водоход», являющаяся лидером круизного отдыха России. Наша компания осуществляет пассажирские перевозки судами на подводных крыльях типа.
Peterhof. We are going to Peterhof in St. Petersburg.
Юного графа давайте ко мне.
Идем на это, наверх.
Land with atmosphere of the glorious Russian 1700s or the 18th century.
现在能听见我说话了吗？
Four main elements of Baroque style. Element number one, a lot of air inside of the building, so big windows. Element number two, a lot of shining textures. It can be polished marble or it can be goldly, but they should shine, always shine. Element number three, a lot of complicated designs. Not simply things like this, things like that, but no, all these flowers, all these birds, all these dragons, all these plants, all this.
Можно было немножечко подтянуть?
Sophia Frederica Dorothea Augusta of Anhalt-Zerbst. Crossing the border, she was baptized to become Russian Orthodox, and then ladies and gentlemen. So right now, let's go into the middle of the room. What was the story behind that? That is this gentleman from Italy, Signor Rotari. Rotari, he was one of many port artists, because as you can see, guarding the flags, the banners, the preppers, the stands of the ribbons, and of course, meanwhile, here we have on the tables the biggest porcelain service set ever made in Russia, more than 11,000 items, known as the tapestry. And all the items that has a famous picture is Catherine the Great. And what she is holding? She is holding her stick, the scepter. Of course, not as big as Kohinoor, not as big as the Eye of India, so but still 183 karat in weight. The biggest diamond we have in the
Правда, зачем, да? Она вот это так टाइट से गए टाइट
好像这个鸭子是最厉害的，鸭子嘴上都有别人的毛。
This is world's second deepest subway station in St. Petersburg. It's more than 80 meters deep. So bhai, हाँ जाइए. This is world's second deepest subway station in St. Petersburg. This is we are in Subson bullet train going from St. Petersburg to Moscow. Asin bhai, cheers.
Cheers, cheers. Thank you very much for wonderful first class food. મેં તો સાંભળ્યું છે એ લોકો
પેલો કે છે આ હારા વાણિયા બે બિયરમાં 4 જણા cheers કરે.
Enjoy thepla with chilia.
In Subson train.
થેપલા with મીરા.
Okay. It counts about 12 million inhabitants. So right now we're in the middle of what we call the square of the 3 railway centrals, of which each of the railway stations has trains departing towards trains as in northbound and southbound and eastbound trains.
Nice Kremlin view from our Moscow hotel. Good morning, Moscow. This is Hotel Alpha in Izmailovo, Moscow. Nice hotel, nice breakfast.
There is a big electronic factory producing bulbs, lamps. Yeah, so that's why all the lamps move to the lamps you can see outside. It's produced from that factory. Yes, it's the biggest one in the city. That's why it's decorated. Okay, now we can just click up photos. Some 5 minutes free time. Part which became pedestrian in 1980s. So nowadays it's a pedestrian precinct of Moscow. Now I'm standing here. This building is very... magnets. About 25 years. Time. The pyramid surrounded with the molten towers. Overall, there are 20 towers in the pyramid. 3 of them have such gates on which we can use. One is, you see the Russian flag. In the middle there is the Russian state emblem, double-headed eagle. So this is where President Putin comes to work every day. Usually, by the way, at around this time, at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because I saw the documentary, it is in Russian, but I'm not sure that it is in English. So, documentary that said that he usually goes there because people take it. So, yes, inside this cathedral that we're going to visit is the main one, and it's dedicated to Virgin Mary. That's why the murals inside will be dedicated to her, Virgin Mary. This is Archangel Cathedral. Archangel Michael, he was the patron of the Russian warriors. This is the royal family. That was another burial place. That was dismantled. So, and one more thing I didn't mention yet, it is this one, the bell tower. Ivan the Great bell tower, 81 meters high, huge bell. So it was cast during the reign of Empress Anne, who was a niece of Peter I. And so she was planning to build a bell tower in the center of the cathedral square and to put that bell over there. But as you can see, the bell is broken. bridge from where we'll be able to see the panoramic view of the city, of the Moscow River, of the center. So another why it was named so, because Moscow it is in Russia. There are snowfalls here from October till March or early April. From late October to architecture was something to demonstrate the prosperity of the Soviet Union. That was 1950s, 1950, from 1951 to 1957, with a green roof, yellow building. So that's the Grand Kremlin Palace. And as you can see, corner towers of the Kremlin are circular in shape. Alexander II, the Russian Tsar, who you
कलर आप देखा तो
Beautiful morning in Moscow. On 12th of August 2019. This is
Okay,
University of
also
Moscow.
State University on the left hand side. Yes, so now we'll stop somewhere.
This is Moscow State University.
एकदम होशियार मेरे जब भी रश होगी तो मैं आइसक्रीम खा सकते आई ना अरे वो
This is Victory Museum in Moscow, one of the most popular destinations.
People say that in some of the architecture. Yeah, by the way, you can move the Okay, first let me explain.
last one church this one is that one is special church or something special or is only
It's not a special. So that, like that mosque, it's for memory of those who buried from that religion, or this religion, or this also buried from our religion.
блин нифига он распаленный
Audi! Yeah, Audi!
Somebody on the horse to the figure, yeah? So here he is, he's killing the dragon, slaying the dragon. And on that Nazi German, yeah? Like
લેવાય આપણાથી. આ જોઈ નહીં એ બધા સાયકલ ચલાવે છે. આ રે.
So the moral of the
Oh, yeah.
ના તમારો પાડે બધાનો તમારા બધાને સાથે એમ. આપણે રેડેશ્વરમાં જઈશું જે કાલ આપણે જોઈ ના શકીએ આઈસ્ક્રીમના કોણ આવી આજે નહીં દેખાય છે એટલે આપણા માટે વેધર આવી થઈ ગઈ.
floor, on the top floor,
Huh?
there are cafes, like if you want to have a lunch because it's already time. Yes.
So what kind of food
On the top floor,
fast food or restaurants?
it's different, you know. Just it's closer still to that side. Top floor, but closer to that side.
शिल्पा हम थोड़ा हुआ ना वीडियो आवे जाते one of the most beautiful streets near Red Square. This is one of the most famous ice cream. One of the best ice cream in Moscow, near Red Square, GYM Mall, Boom Mall. Not available outside anywhere in Moscow. Must try in Moscow. There is always a big queue to get the ice cream, and there are 6 counters in the mall, in all 6 corners. Bye bye Moscow.